What's up, guys? We're here at the shop. We're gonna head down to San Diego and go visit our buddy TJ Hunt, go check out his shop and see what he's up to over there. He's getting his car ready to go to Winter Jam. He's been doing a bunch of crazy fab work to the car, like full rear mount radiator setup and the electric water pump, some bigger fans, I think, and doing it all like really crazy and good one time so he doesn't have to redo it. And then at the same time, he's doing single turbo setup so that he can get a little more horsepower, reliable setup, because the stock twins kind of took a crap on him. I'm pretty excited to show you guys, and I'm excited to go down there and see his setup down there. I've seen it a lot and just never been there, so it's gonna be an exciting day. Jordan's gonna go with me, and then we'll check back in when we get down there. All right, guys. So we're on the freeway, headed down to San Diego with Jordan. What's up, Jordan? What's up? And gonna go see what TJ's up to today, and then we're gonna interview TJ and ask him a couple questions about why he drifts and what, you know, inspires him to keep pushing. It's gonna be exciting. All right, see you guys in a bit. All right, let's go in there. Ooh, X5. Hello? No one's here. Where's the dog? Where's TJ? Yo, yo, yo.
There he is.
I went in the wrong door. Whoa, check this place out. This place is cool.
What's up, man?
What's up, TJ? Hi.
I was like, I don't know.
Good to see you.
How are you, man? How's it going?
Hey, Calvin.
Hey. You never been down here?
No.
How are you?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
Good to see you guys.
Jordan, nice to meet you.
The FD.
See you again.
The new S chassis. It has an RB in it? RB25. That's cool. TJ, show us what's up with this guy. You cut the whole back of your car off.
Okay. So, it looks like there's a lot to be done. And there is, but I still have full intentions of making it Winter Jam. So, we are waiting on like two things. Like I told you about the turbo situation, so that should be here shortly. But we like did it, and then we were like, we can make it better. So what we ended up doing was we originally had
The cell.
kind of far out. So originally, with this, the way the subframe sits, it sat to about like right here.
Yeah.
And it didn't give us too much room once the radiator's already mounted. It didn't give us too much room. So what we did is we thought we could redo it all, and we notched the subframe. So now we got like
Another 2-3
another
inches.
2 or 3 inches, and then it will sit
It's just, this
pretty
is
much
a
flush.
big.
Yeah, it's just so big, but it's good, but it fits. So with everything mounted up here, we're gonna like literally encase all of our fuel components. So like we have all the pieces, and now it's just about attacking it. So like this is pretty much done. Although it looks like
It
it looks like
the hard part is done, because
hard part is done.
The fab part is gonna be like where you sit there and think about how you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Execute doing that, and then
exactly.
now
So
you just gotta route some lines and some electrical stuff.
yeah. So the electrical and lines, that's pretty much.
He's got this cool Deechworks dual 350 IL pump surge tank that he's gonna run. That thing works really good.
Yeah, this thing's badass.
Good for like
I'm super excited.
over
for
1,000 horsepower.
Our water pump is mounted right here, and then it just straight down under the where the gas tank used to be, straight under the car, and then up in here, it literally just comes straight up, and we're gonna re-angle that to like kind of 90-degree bend, so it's just like all straight.
Oh, nice.
Make it as non-messy as possible, and then.
Good, you got like a good solid plan.
Yeah, that's it. We had the plan. Like that's the hardest part. Is like finding like, hey, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it, and these are the parts we need. So we have all that now. It's waiting on the manifold to come in and waiting on the turbo. So then once that's mounted, we didn't want to like finish the hard lines and then put our manifold on and then realize, oh well, shit, like it kind of does. It's awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we want the intercourse setup too, just to be like super straight and then on, and not have all these bends and whatnot.
Nice.
Then other than that, it should be good.
Looks like a lot of work, but like you have everything like
Yeah.
figured out and like a plan for everything. So that's pretty much the hard part.
Yeah, I mean, and it's been like a waiting game for parts. You know how it is. Like that's been our biggest thing. You know, as you're building the car, you're kind of working on the company's time and working with sponsors, which like that's what really drags stuff out. Which that's the name of the game.
I've been there before.
Yeah, I was gonna say you know way more than I do. So I mean, that's been a play in the speed of how fast we're going. But I think
you're still moving fast.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be there. Everyone is usually like, oh, you're not gonna make Winter Jam. And I'm like, I'm telling you, like, our fab guy is like
gonna do
really good, and he's fine. He's like, if we need to do overnights, not overnights,
but like late nights.
When you do late nights, like 2 weeks before, we'll be fine. Which is
it's crazy to see it just like the back chopped off. You'll make it.
I'll make it.
I know you can do it.
I'll make it. Like,
okay, so we've seen this car before. It was at the shop when we did the rad handle install. So he is doing the rear radiator setup right now, single turbo setup. Currently the twin turbos are still on here, and while we're down here we're gonna help him pull these off real quick and then take a look at the back one and see if it was blown or not, or why he's getting, you know, less horsepower than he thought and a little bit of oil in there. So
we have no idea. I'll be curious to find out.
We'll see what happens. The other parts unfortunately won't be here today. We can't check them out, but we'll see this car again at Winter Jam in a couple weeks. Okay, so we're here with TJ Hunt. If you guys don't know who he is, that's crazy. So look him up. You should probably know who he is. I'm gonna ask him a couple questions about drifting. So here we go.
Let's hear it.
What makes you drift?
Well, what makes me drift is obviously growing up watching like Fast and Furious and all those movies and seeing that style of driving. And I never, like, you know, as a kid and like as like a dude, always like, oh, I want to drive like that. I've always wanted to drive like that. But I never like thought it would be like a possibility. I never thought like I'd have like the knowledge or I'd have the exposure into that type of scene. And then once I kind of like moved on from going to car meets every Friday night and started to go to, oh, well, let's go to like Adams Motorsport Park and like watch people drive, and kind of got exposed to it. I was like, everyone else is doing it, these guys are doing it, like why am I not actively trying to do it? So it was more so when I like realized, like, wait, like that's actually a possibility, like I could drive like that. It was like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get into it. That's what kind of got me into drifting. It was like, I didn't realize that I actually had the potential to do it.
Yeah, it's similar. Like, I was doing crazy stuff on the street, but like you said, like you go watch and then you're like, well, they're human, I'm human, why am I not doing this?
They're younger than me, like the same age as me, like, and then it's like, you know, like, why am I not doing it? Why can't I do it?
That's a really good answer. Okay, moving on. I also want to ask you, what is the hardest part about drifting for you?
The hardest part about drifting, other than keeping your car working, is
that's probably
that's the hardest one. But the second hardest piece is letting go of the fear. What I mean by that is, a perfect example is the first time I drove Horse Thief at ASB. When I was doing the downhill sweep into like the famous like bottom like bowl section, coming back up and making that transition, in my head and when I visualize it, I'm like all day, like full on hydro, left foot brake, full on gas, turn the sweep, you're in it. And then when you get to it and you're going 45 miles per hour in your car that you've spent so much time on, it's like the hardest thing is like getting yourself to commit. Me personally, because it's like, it's scary, but that's what makes it fun. The fun is the scare, but there's a lot of times where it's like, in my head, I've dreamed it, I've done it a million times, but it's just like going up to it, you're getting ready to like initiate and go into it, and you back out, like, oh, like that wasn't it, or like I was going too fast, and it's like the mind games of just getting yourself to like block it out and just drive.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think, and it's like then once you do achieve it, and
once
it's like
you do it, you're like, oh, you're like, I knew I could do that. Okay, like all day, here we go. That's kind of like that's how it is in my head.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like what you said, I still go through that exact thing, like at FD.
I was gonna say, like, I can only imagine what it's like being at FD, everyone watching, and you're like, I've done this a million times. Like,
it's not that. Okay, like I'll be able to do the track, let's say, but I'll just be able to do the track, and then it's like all the pressure comes onto you, right? It's like, you better qualify right now, and then somehow out of nowhere you put yourself in that scary feeling again, and you pull something off that you're like, okay, I knew it was in there, like I knew it could come out of me, and I knew the car could do it, but I wasn't doing it until like the pressure's on.
Yeah.
But that makes a lot of sense.
Related, yeah.
Next, I want to ask you where you are now, and where you plan to go. What are the struggles that you go through, like getting to where you're at now, and you know, because you start somewhere. You kind of explained to us where you started and how you kind of went and watched, and that you're like, I can do this, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, to get to where you are, what does it take?
Time. I think a lot of people underestimate how long it's gonna take to do something, and that for me has been like a staple point in like I guess my whole career, and it applies just as much to that as it does to drifting. To get where I am with my car today, with my current skill level, it just takes time. And I feel like a lot of people will go out once, drive on stock angle, drive with no e-brake, drive with the clutch that's halfway going out with sloppy suspension, and they're like, get frustrated, stop, and like, oh, like, no, not worth it. Yeah. And it was like, I was at that same point too, and it takes a long time to start out with a basic car, drive once, okay, what do I need next? Angle kit. Drive, get the money to get that angle kit, save up, drive, break a rim, and then you need to replace that, and then fix the tie rod you just blew out, and then go back out, drive again. Okay, now I need a hydro. Save up, get a hydro, go learn it. You didn't bleed it correctly, didn't work on track. Go home, pay money, go out again, and it's like that is like in the nature of the sport, and it's patience. It's like you want to drive, and I just said it to you. I was like, I just passed by the car and I said, oh, I just want to drive. Like, that's all I want to do. And the sport, you have to earn your right to drive. You don't just get to drive. And so my biggest struggle, and where I got the biggest thing I found today, is just the patience to get there. That's the biggest thing, I feel.
Well, if you can basically see everything that you just said, like already, and I just asked you a question and that came out of you, then that's like, you pretty much have it. You just described like the beginning of when I started drifting, and like I went stock angle, and then the next time I had modified outer tie rods that gave me like this much more angle, and I'm like, yay, like I'm not spinning out at Adams where I thought I was. Like he said, I also started at Adams, and like you gotta start somewhere. And like that's crazy. Like it's like he like knew that I was gonna ask these questions, and he like already had like everything.
I didn't know, I swear.
All right, well, last question. I don't know if this is a goal for you or where you're headed in drifting. Do you plan to do pro drifting, pro 1 drifting, or pro 2 or competitive drifting? Is that something you see in your future, or is this just a fun thing for you?
I definitely, well, I'm competing in Pro-Am next year for 2018. Now, whether that means I'd like do really well and qualify as a Pro 2 driver and I compete in Pro 2 or not, I don't know. I honestly don't know where I'm going with it. All I know is it's my number one like sport that I'm like full on about right now. Like driving is my like absolute favorite thing. I know that in my career of wherever it is that it's going, I want driving to be one of the most important things in my life. So whether that means competing or competing just to Pro-Am and seeing where I end up, go to Pro 1. I don't know. I honestly,
you could do.
I have no idea where
if you like have the passion that you just said, like driving is part of like it's basically like what gets you excited and wakes you up in the morning, and like you're excited to come here. If driving is one of those things, like you gotta at least sample that, like the competition, and then if it's still for you, you'll know. If Pro-Am you like it, 100%. Then you're gonna want to go to. I think he has what it takes. So okay, if you guys like don't know that much about TJ, or don't know, you're thinking, oh, he just does street car stuff. I've personally rode in the car with him, and I know that yes.
That's right, baby.
I know that he has the car control, and he feels what's happening in the car, and then can, verbally tell me exactly what I just felt riding in passenger seat. And I don't know everything, but I did know that I made it from Pro-Am, then Pro 2, then Pro 1. So I must know something or know how to do something right a little bit. So I think this guy does have what it takes, and I think he could be a big asset in like the future of the sport of drifting, which you guys got to look past everything that your opinions and think about what I'm saying, because this whole idea of this is to like help the sport of drifting and make it grow, because we all have a passion for either going to the track and having fun with our buddies, or you know, competing. I like all the above, but like everyone has different opinions on stuff. But I feel like you're like a perfect fit for what it is that you're pushing yourself in right now. And then last question, unrelated, what makes you rad?
What makes me rad? The fact that I wake up every day and do exactly what I want.
Woo!
Huge.
All right.
Awesome, man.
So thanks for the time, TJ.
Of course.
And thanks for having us at Hunt Quarters today.
Of course.
And next up, we're gonna work on his car. All right. See you guys.
Huge.
All right, so we got really close so far. We undid all the bolts on the manifold, but it looks like the back turbo is still hitting, like as this firewall makes its way back, it kind of curves and it's hitting right there, not letting us fully slide off the exhaust manifold studs in the head, and we can't quite get it out, so we might have to remove the rear turbo from all the other crap that's connected to on the manifold and then try again, or we think it's something that's easier than that, but that's where we're at right now. It's like, it's stuck partially.
Turbo is like literally hitting the back. Right in the firewall.
Yeah.
Right back here. So, it's almost out. I'm getting caught up on whatever that is. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Pull her out, Peach. Whoa. She looks dirty. She looks dirty. Don't drop it. I'm not gonna drop it. There she is. That's pretty shit. I wanna see how that is.
I bet someone out there knows the exact way to the stock twin setup.
Oh. You can't curl that, Teach. Look at all that.
We did it.
Look at all that room
High
we
five,
cleared
high
up,
five.
dude.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so we completed what we came here to do. Feels like we've been here before, probably for you guys too, because how many videos have you guys watched at this exact place? It's pretty cool to be here. See you later. Let's say bye to TJ.
Alright, man. Thank you for coming. I appreciate
Thanks for having me.
I don't know if you told them what's waiting for you at home, but I'm jealous. So
some turbos came to the shop.
Alright, man. I'll see you guys soon. It's good seeing you again.
Bye, Calvin.
I'll see you. If I don't see you before Winter Jam, I think I will. If I don't see you before Winter Jam, I'll see you then. But yeah,
hopefully,
try to.
Hopefully, I'll be on.
I'll see you before I think.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna come by. Maybe I can come and do a little like baby product with you at your shop before Winter Jam or something.
Okay.
I'm hoping to have this on the dyno in less than a week and a half. So
time is running out.
Time's running out. So if we make it, then we make it. And if not, I'll see you. You guys have fun?
So we just made it back from San Diego, hanging out at the Hunt Quarters with TJ Hunt. But we heard some turbos arrived while we're gone, so we're gonna go inside and check them out. Let's go see what happened. Borg Warner EFR showed up. There's a lot of them. Oh my. We gotta open these up. This is crazy. Okay, so this is Borg Warner 8374. This is a little smaller than we run on the comp car. Twin scroll, externally gated. So cool. Alright, well, we gotta put it back in the box. We're not ready to bolt this on yet, but we will show you updates soon with this guy and what we do with it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the merch on Rad and get your shirt today. And stay tuned for more episodes coming soon. Later.